Hello students, it is Thursday, April 8, 2021. We are going to continue with our math lesson. Pay attention and look at your screen as I'm going to go through this with you again. Now, when you look at your screen, it should look very familiar to you now, okay? We've gone over this all week. Next week, I may do this again depending on how we go at it. Now, the cursor is moving onto the screen now. I want you to follow the cursor and read the math title with me, okay? Let's read it together. Here we go. Look for and use structure. Okay? Now we've read that title all this week. You should know what that math title means now, okay? We'll keep going over it. Let's read our I can statements, okay? Here we go. Repeat after me. I can look for patterns and use structure to solve problems, okay? So when we're done with all this, you should be able now to discover that there are patterns and there's structure that you're going to use to solve problems. Now, here's what I want you to do now. The cursor is moving on to this side now, okay? We have to get numbers that are going to equal 15. What number? 15. Good job. Okay, I'm going to help you with this part. We're going to use these hamburgers and these French fries here. Remember, this is called a part whole mat. Okay? We're going to put some on this side, and we're going to put some pictures on this side. And then we're going to put numbers at the bottom here, okay? Now, remember, we have to get two numbers that are going to equal 15. So let's do this first addition equation, okay? Here we go now. Follow with me. Remember, we cannot go over 15, okay? So watch how I do this again. Now, let's just say I put 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Now we have some hamburgers on this side of our part whole mat. Now, let's count how many hamburgers I put on this side. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So boys and girls, I'm going to get 5, and I'm going to put 5 under here now because I know I have 5 hamburgers here, okay? Now, we're going to use the French fries. We're going to put the French fries on this side, okay? Remember, we have to get to 15. We only have 5 here, okay? So remember, we're going to start at 5. We got to stop at 15. We're going to use these French fries. Count with me. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now look at that. We have our part whole mat complete now, okay? We started at 5. We got to 15. Let's count it again. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now we have enough French fries to make up 15. Now the next thing we do is we're going to count up our French fries. Count it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So boys and girls, I'm going to get 10. I'm going to put 10 here, okay? Because we have 10 French fries there, okay? Now, all we do is we're going to insert these two numbers up here to complete our addition equation. So watch, I'm going to put 5 here, and then I'm going to put 10 here. And look at that, we're finished with the first problem here. So boys and girls, 5 plus 10 equals 15. That is correct, okay? Now, we're going to do this second addition equation here, okay? Let's put these numbers back because we are done with 5 and 10. And let's also put our French fries back. Now, boys and girls, in the second addition equation, we're going to have to come up with two numbers that equal 15 again. We cannot use 10 and we cannot use 5, okay? We're going to have to use two different numbers to get to 15. Now, while I'm putting these back, I want you to start thinking, what two numbers could go into 15, okay? There are a lot of numbers that can go into 15. Now, here's what we're going to do now. Now we have a clean part whole mat here. Same thing, we're going to use the hamburgers and the French fries, okay? So remember, we cannot go over 15 because look, this whole addition equation has got to equal 15. We need two numbers here to make that happen, but we cannot go over 15, okay? So watch, let's do this again. We're going to click the hamburgers and watch. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let's put one more in there. 9, okay? So now I put 9 hamburgers on this side, okay? Remember, I said as long as you don't go over 15, you're going to be okay. So we have 9 hamburgers here. I'm going to grab number 9 and I'm going to put 9 here, okay? So now we have a number for this first addition equation. Now we have to use these French fries again to put here to equal 15 because we just have 9 here, okay? So we're going to start from 9 and we're going to count, okay, till we get to 15. Let's do this together. Count it with me. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now look, boys and girls, we now have a total of 15 when you add up the hamburgers and the French fries. Now we need a number down here. All we're going to do now is count up the French fries. Let's count them. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So watch, I'm going to get 6. I'm going to put 6 underneath there because that's how many French fries we have. Now look, 9 plus 6 is going to equal 15. So that is correct. So the next thing we're going to do is just put 9 here. And we're going to put 6 here because 9 plus 6 does equal 15, okay? Now we're done with our second addition equation. Now we have to come here to this third addition equation, okay? Well, I'm going to put these numbers back and I'm going to put our hamburgers and French fries back and we're going to come to that third addition equation, okay? Now, I want you to think, what two numbers could we use again to get to 15? Remember, there are a lot of numbers that we can use that's going to equal 15, okay? And that's what our I can statement is saying, okay? I can look for patterns and use structure to solve problems, okay? You're going to get the hang of this. And remember, as we go along, you're going to really discover that numbers can equal a total of 15 if you use a part-part whole method, okay? Now, let's do the third addition equation right here. Let's say I'm going to put 14 here, okay? I'm going to put 14 hamburgers here. I can do that because I'm not going to go over 15. So let's do that, okay? Let's count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, make sure you're counting with me, 8, 9, 10, remember we're going to stop at 14, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a lot of hamburgers, isn't that? We have 14 hamburgers there, okay? So now that you know there are 14 hamburgers here, I'm going to get 14 and I'm going to put it underneath there. So now look, we have a number that we can insert here, okay? But remember, we have to get to 15, so we're going to have to add in some French fries to get to 15, okay? Let's do this together. Ready? You're going to count with me. We're going to start at 14. We're going to stop at 15. Here we go. Count with me. 14. 15. Now look, we're done. Because when you add in 1 French fries to 14, that's going to give us 15. 14, 15. Now the next thing we do is we just count how many French fries we have here. How many French fries do we have? 1. Good job. So I'm going to get one. I'm going to insert 1 under there. And look, boys and girls, we have 2 numbers now we can insert. That's going to equal 15. The first number is 14. So let me insert that here. And 1 is going to be our next number because 14 plus 1, that is going to equal 15, okay? And like I said, there's lots of numbers we can use to get to 15, but according to our picture that we did here, we have 14 hamburgers and 1 French fry. 14 plus 1, that's going to equal 15, okay? Now, let me put these numbers back, and we're going to do our last addition equation together, okay? Same thing, we're going to use the hamburgers and we're going to use the French fries. Once we're done with our 4th addition equation, I'm going to pull up the next slide and then you're going to be able to do your homework, okay? I put some numbers on there. I'm also going to let you use some numbers that I put on the next slide, okay? But as always, I put them in different orders, okay? Now, here we go. We're almost done with putting all the hamburgers back onto this side. We're going to do our last addition equation, okay? Here we go. We're down here. Remember, we cannot go over number 15, okay? Because that's our total here, 15. We're going to need 2 numbers again here, okay? 2 numbers that are going to give us 15. So let's do that together. Here we go. Pay attention to your screen, okay? We're going to use the hamburgers and the French fries. Here we go now. Let's put 7 here, okay? 7 hamburgers will go here. And I can use 7 because 7 is not bigger than 15, okay? Now, here we go now. Watch, I'm going to put 7 hamburgers here, okay? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we now have 7 hamburgers here. Now that we know we have 7 hamburgers here, I'm going to put number 7 underneath here, okay? Now look, we have a number here that we can insert, okay? Now we're going to need the French fries here. To get to 15, we're going to start at 7 and we're going to stop at 15 again, okay? Here we go. You're going to count with me. We're going to start at number 7. Count with me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And look at that, boys and girls. We now have 15 total there, okay? If we add up the hamburgers and add up the French fries, that's going to give us 15. Now the next thing we need to do is put a number here at the bottom. All we do is count up the French fries. Let's count it together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So watch, I'm going to grab 8 and I'm going to put 8 underneath the French fries. And look at your screen, boys and girls. We now have 2 numbers that are going to equal 15, okay? Let's put them in there. First number is going to be 7. The next number is going to be 8. And look at that. We are done. We have completed all our addition equations because 7 plus 8, that is going to equal 15, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to say, okay? If you're still lost or if you're still confused, here's what I want you to do. You're going to rewind the entire video and watch it again, okay? Sometimes you have to watch it more than once to get this down. Now, here's what I want you to do. Get out a paper and pencil. Once you get out your paper and pencil, here is your math homework, okay? I want you to pay close attention, okay? I want you to copy down your math title right here, okay? Copy that down onto your paper. And then I want you to copy down your I can statement right here. Once you're done with that, boys and girls, I want you to draw your part whole mat right here. And I want you to draw also this. Now look, all your numbers that you're going to find, you have to make sure they all equal 10, okay? You're going to draw pictures on here on your paper. Make sure you put the numbers underneath it and make sure your 2 numbers equal 10. Now look at the cursor, boys and girls. I put some numbers here for you, okay? These numbers are going to help you, but I put them out of order, okay? Just like 5 and 8. If you add 5 and 8, that's not going to give you 10. You're going to have to figure out how many 5s, like if you put 5 circles here, and how many circles do you have to put here to get to 10, okay? So, these numbers are here to help you, though, to help you get started. Now, remember, if you get lost or if you're confused, rewind the video and rewatch the entire session again. Now, go ahead and continue on with your homework because I'm going to log off here in about another 15 seconds.